Hey everyone, I am here to read you some chapters from a chapter book. Because we're all spending so much time at home, I thought you all would be ready for something a little bit longer to enjoy. So, I got one of my favorite chapter books for children, which is called My Father's Dragon. Let me show you what the illustration here looks like. You see there's a boy and a dragon, and they're dancing on a cloud. This book was written by Ruth Stiles Gannett and illustrated by Ruth Gannett. Kind of seems like the same name, doesn't it? Just a different middle name. I don't know if it's the same person or a different person, but maybe we'll find out some other time. A chapter book is different from a picture book because it'll take us lots and lots of videos to read the whole thing. So this is just going to be chapter 1. Look at this cute little picture right on the first page. It says, "For my father." And there's a little baby dragon smiling and holding that picture. That's called the book's dedication. The author, the person who wrote the words, wanted to make this book a present for somebody, and they made it for their father. Here's another illustration. I see the little boy and a dragon. It looks like they're both smiling and they're hugging. That tells me they must be friends. Let's find out. There's another picture. Looks like that same boy and a kitty, some garbage and a tree. No dragon yet. Chapter 1. My Father Meets the Cat. One cold, rainy day, when my father was a little boy, he met an old alley cat on his street. The cat was very drippy and uncomfortable, so my father said, "Wouldn't you like to come home with me?" This surprised the cat. She had never before met anyone who cared about old alley cats, but she said, "I'd be very much obliged if I could sit by a warm furnace and perhaps have a saucer of milk." A furnace is another word for heater, so the cat wants to come inside with the boy and warm up. That tells me that it must be cold and wet outside. The boy answered, "We have a very nice furnace to sit by, and I'm sure my mother has an extra saucer of milk." My father and the cat became good friends, but my father's mother was very upset about the cat. She hated cats, particularly ugly, old alley cats. She said, "Elmer Elevator, if you think I'm going to give that cat a saucer of milk, you're very wrong. Once you start feeding stray alley cats, you might as well expect to feed every stray in town, and I am not going to do it." His mom did not want the cat in their house, and here is a picture of her. I see the cat. I see the boy. Ooh, and the mother, she's pointing at him and leaning over and saying, "No." I wonder what the boy will do, what the cat will do. This made my father very sad, and he apologized to the cat because his mother had been so rude. He told the cat to stay anyway, and that somehow he would bring her a saucer of milk each day. My father fed the cat for 3 weeks, but one day his mother found the cat's saucer in the cellar, and she was extremely angry. She whipped my my father, that means that she hurt his body and threw the cat out the door. But later on, my father sneaked out and found the cat. Together, they went for a walk in the park and tried to think of nice things to talk about. My father said, "When I grow up, I'm going to have an airplane. Wouldn't it be wonderful to just fly anywhere you might think of?" "Would you like to fly very, very much?" asked the cat. "I certainly would. I'd do anything if I could fly." "Ooh. Well," said the cat, "if you'd really like to fly that much, I think I know of a sort of way you might get to fly while you're still a little boy." And here's a picture of the boy and the cat walking in the park, talking about how the boy might get to fly. "You mean you know where I could get an airplane?" "Well, not exactly an airplane, but something even better. As you can see, I'm an old cat now, but in my younger days I was quite a traveler. My traveling days are over, but last spring I took just one more trip and sailed to the island of Tangerina, stopping at the port of Cranberry. Well, it just so happened that I missed the boat, and while waiting for the next, I thought I'd look around a bit. I was particularly interested in a place called Wild Island, which we had passed on our way to Tangerina. Wild Island and Tangerina are joined together by a long string of rocks. But people never go to Wild Island because it's mostly jungle and inhabited by very wild animals. So I decided to go across the rocks myself and explore it. It certainly is an interesting place, but I saw something there that made me want to weep. Weep is another word for cry. So she saw something there that made her so sad. Now here is a picture of Wild Island. It's a map. So this is if you were in an airplane flying over Wild Island, this is what it would look like from on top. I'm going to get it a little closer so you can get a good look. All kinds of interesting things. I see trees and a river. Animals? My goodness. Wild Island looks wild. Oh, and that's the end of chapter 1. So in that chapter, we learned about a boy who helped a cold, wet, and hungry kitty cat. And then, when his mother said that she couldn't come in their house anymore, they went for a walk. And the boy and the cat talked about how he could learn to fly if he could get to Wild Island. And something very mysterious is happening in Wild Island because the cat saw something there that made her want to cry. I can't wait to find out what it is. See you next time.